Hi, everybody. It's Nancy here from Creative Resources and Support. And I had promised that I was going to show you all how I made and make the exploding card. Finally, I believe I showed it, sent some information to you about it, but I'm actually going to do it here on camera so you can see. And again, I am just getting used to doing these videos. It's kind of intimidating, which is why I've put it off for so long. And I'm going to show you on this. This is origami paper. You can get it at, I know you can get it at fine arts stores, and probably the craft stores have it too, arts and crafts. But it's easy to find. Okay, and I'm going to try and stay in the picture here. So this is what I'm going to use today, tonight. So, and it's nice because this is pretty thin, but it's sturdy. This is made in Japan. It's got a solid color on the back, and when it's folded, and you can maybe see that, you can see the little graph dots like that. Actually helps you to see whether you're lining your folds up. Okay, but this is I'm not going to get into origami because I'm just learning it myself, but the exploding card, and this is one that I did, says celebrate, hooray, and this is where you put your exploding piece, you know. And there really is a lot of all sorts of fun you can do. And of course, I put "you did it" on the inside, stamped it, and then I put a little like label here where you could write your sentiment. Okay, this is maybe, well, I don't know. It's a little more formal looking, I guess. All those medallions on it, kind of. And anyway, so I die cut all of this. And embellished it with these little bling bling. So that this was I will say, and I even had, oh, I know, I had cut a little slit in there so I could tuck that in, but I haven't really finalized that yet. So, you know, where you can have a nice little slit there to slip it in. I'm still working on closures, you know. I want to do a lot of closures, so when you need to. And this, I don't know. I mean, you can put it in an envelope for somebody, and then they're going to pull it out and go like that, of course. But I don't know. I think it's kind of fun to have a really nice closure on something too. So there's that one. Okay, put that one aside. And this is one that I just to show you how this is done. And this says celebrate inside. I inked this myself with the mostly dewdrops, I think, the little tear-shaped inks, and which I really love, and just kind of created a bit of a colorful inside. And then this is the paper I chose. Well, what I was going to say is this was really pretty heavy paper, and it's hard to fold. Boy, is it nice and sturdy, but it's very hard to fold. So you really want, especially you don't want to be stressing your hands too much. And I have a little bit of arthritis in my thumb joints, and my right one's really bad, and I'm right-handed. So I don't want to be stressing my joints any more than I have to. But I did this quickly. I just wanted to kind of give you a good example. Okay. I had some months back, somebody asked me to do the exploding cards, and I just hadn't practiced it enough to do it. So I could really show somebody else. But I'm just going to show you, this is one that I made using this paper, and this is just the inside of the card, okay? And you, again, you'd put your I'm going to use this because it's really easy to fold with, and it just lines up so nicely and folds very crisply. And so, okay. But of course, when you're going to send it, you put it inside, you know, you glue this, the front and the back, you glue it, okay, to your back, you glue it to your front. So, you know, it can be opened up like that. And of course, it has the surround of the card. Okay. Now, so the exploding, I'm going to move these. These, I was just showing you all the pretty colors this comes in. What you have to have for most origami projects, and this is no different, because then this really comes out of origami. But it's just become known as the exploding card because the way it opens up. But you have to have a square, and many origami projects, it has to be square, because if it's not square, nothing's going to line up right, okay? So square, as opposed to rectangle, you know, is equal on all sides. So this is a square, this is a 6-inch square, okay? And so you do a diaper fold. They call it a diaper fold, and that goes way back to maybe when I was a baby. When people actually had diapers, cloth diapers at home. And this is how you diapered up your baby. So you folded it and all that stuff, and you know, this, and you know, this and this and this, right? Anyway, okay, so you fold it here, okay, do the diaper fold there, turn it, do a diaper fold here, okay, okay, you open it back out, all right, you see, you have like, you have a fold here. In origami they call, like, this is a mountain fold, and if you have to go the other way, they call it a valley fold, and just, you know, in other words, your V shape and your mountain shape and your V shape, okay? Anyway, all right, so now you take one side of this and fold it in half, okay? There we go, we fold that in half. Okay, now what you're left with is, you know, and I think I sent you all these instructions. A lady, another YouTuber, did this and called it like a tent. So anyway, but what's really makes it easy to do, I think, is where you don't have any lines that have been folded into the paper, because you can see that. I mean, here's the one diaper fold you did, and one diaper fold you did there, and then here's where you did it in half, right? But across this way, you have no creases. So it is on those, it is in that space right there, okay? See, in that space right there, you go like this, okay, and you push this side in, push that side in, and let me do it again because I'm getting a little pulled up. All right, so okay, so there's my sort of hollow spaces with no lines, no creases yet. So here, because you can see, this is what you're going to need to see on the front and back, a nice triangle. So you just push that in, and then push that in. You see how I did that? See? Whoops, I'm going out of the, sorry. So again, let me do that again because, okay, so here's your, like, your little tent, okay? And you've got a long crease going this way, and then your X there where you made those diaper folds, right? So, but here you don't have any diaper folds. So this is where you push this in, kind of do with your fingers maybe like this. You push this in, push it in like that, okay? And then take your other fingers and go like that, and now you have the two triangles on each side that you need to have. See, triangle there, okay? Now, okay, so you made your tent, so then you have to, I don't know, I'm not telling the story the way she did it, then you're gonna go back home. I'm not gonna do the whole trip. Anyway, so, and you have 2 flaps. I call them the flaps, okay? You have one here, you have one there. And then when you turn it over, you got one here, one there, same size. But see how these, you can see how the little dots really help you to make sure you're getting everything lined up pretty well. All right, so you take these little flaps at the bottom of your triangle, because I would call this the bottom of the triangle, right? You take those little flaps and turn them to the middle. And you can kind of see where you had that line there before. Don't go past that. Take the tip right here, take that tip and press it down, okay, into the middle. Take this tip or this flap, whatever you want to call it, and fold that into the middle, okay? Okay, you don't really have to use a bone folder yet. You can do that when you're all finished. Just get it folded first. Okay, so, and then you're going to do the same thing to the other side, all right? So, turn it over. Here's your flap or your bottom point on one side of your triangle, okay? And you fold that into the center, that center line. And see, I didn't quite get that even. You can see the paper there, but again, this is just to show you how to do this. And then you do the other side, fold it into the middle. And on the other video, the one that I linked for you, she calls this the house, okay? Okay, and here's where you have a little more fun, and it could be a little confusing when you haven't done this before. But anyway, you've got these folded, and you can just sort of, hand press them out. Okay, now these flaps are very important because here's where you're going to get your accordion-like folds. Okay, so you take this. Each you're going to do this 4 times, and then you'll see it. Okay, because on each corner you have 4 corners. You're going to do this 4 times. Okay. So you take this that you just had folded like that, pull it back out, and then pull it open like that. Push that in like that. Okay? Push it in to where it all squares up, and you have that same point or flap is pushed in now. That's all you've done is you've just inverted it or pushed it in, okay? So now you have that side there, okay? Just like that, all right? And go around, and it doesn't matter which side you do first, okay? You can just go around. So here's your flap on the other side, and open it up. You see it? Can you see? And maybe you really can see it now. There's a V and a line down the middle. Push that in, okay? You're going in the opposite direction of where you had originally folded, okay? But try to get it nice. And I'm kind of making a mess here. All right, let me do that again. Push that in, and like that, okay? And you can straighten this all out too when you get finished, but it's important to get these flaps inside, but you can pretty them up a little bit later and sort of re-straighten out. But if you do this about 5 to 10 times, or at least 5 times, get you some scrap paper, but cut it, okay? Just copy paper, it would be fine. And practice. It has to be a square, either 6-inch square or 8-inch square, 10-inch square, even. Just you can get bigger and bigger, but it has to be square. And just practice and practice, and you'll get it. It's it really isn't hard. But a lot of origami is folding and unfolding, and folding it the other way. Okay, so all right, so I've done 3 sides now. And that's a little, not exactly the way I want it. And again, you can kind of adjust it, and I'll do that in a little bit. And I'm having a hard time keeping it nice and neat because I'm also talking a lot and trying to explain. So I'm getting a little messy here. But, okay. So, again, you invert that last corner, okay? There we go. There we go. Invert that last corner. And my hands are not as nimble as they used to be either. Okay, so that got kind of whacked up there. So you can always straighten this stuff up. Okay, so I'm going to do that one over again and get it straight. Or straighter. Okay. But it will show you where you have not been careful. Because it won't come out nice and straight. And again, this is a little sloppy, and all of these, and I have one here that I did more neatly. It's the same thing. It's just I had done it kind of quietly, and that's almost perfect. That one's a little messy because I was just trying to demonstrate. But this is what I just did on that, but I did it a lot more neatly, okay? Everything's nice and crisp and even, okay? So this is what it's supposed to look like. That's your, you see your little accordion, your little fold out, your little explosion, woo! Okay, and then of course, just like I did on these cards, now I did a bigger piece of paper here, and I did heavy paper cardstock, which I should not have done because it was so hard to fold. And then I glued it. You're going to glue it. You're just going to take this and glue it onto some cardstock. Okay, that's all you have to do. It's like you take it here, glue this side, and glue that side. Now you can give yourself more room, and you can, use a. This is a. I think this is about a 3. Let's see. Oh yes, let's see. This is 5.5 by. I trimmed it down. This is not quite, this is maybe like an A5 card. It's not an A2, but it's a little bit bigger than an A2. But, you can adjust and trim, and, but really that's all there is to it. It's not, it's not much at all. And I've just been goofing around. Here's something I was, had some time on my hands. But it is fun to play with paper, and I have some other pretty paper that I can do this with. And this is one that I used in the book that I have. Let me grab that really quick. Okay, this is the book that I bought this at the thrift store. I got it for a few bucks. It's Origami Easy to Make Paper Creations. It's by someone named Gay Merrill Gross. I don't think it's that old, and I got it for just $2 or $3 at the thrift store. It's an old Barnes & Noble book. Okay, this was printed in 2003 by Barnes & Noble Publishing. Okay, and it's another thing I was playing with. There's some really neat things. This, I tried well, I did the Magic Pocket. I did have some success with that, and that is one triangle, meaning it's easy, and it was. The stellated octahedron was not for me, and that is two triangles, but I think I'm going to give that a go again. But I ultimately would like to make the birds, okay, and but check it out at the library, or just look for one in the thrift store. And I find the nicest books in the thrift store. I have a lot of reference arts and crafts and fine art, more arts and crafts now, but I just have a lot of artsy craftsy books. because I like to have them for reference. Here's a koala, sparrow, crane, and these are going to be a little tricky. And it tells you, though, like this is 3 stars, this 3 triangles rather. So, but they have some gorgeous things. You can make little bowls. And this, I think, well, this bowl is 3 triangles, boxes and containers, and you know, along with cards, people are gonna like to be given a nice little, you know, origami bowl, or certainly the exploding card is always fun. That's always going to be fun. But I would urge you to try some paper folding. It's a lot of fun, and but start off very easy. So Magic Pocket, that's what I did, and that's this, and it recommends a bigger piece of paper. This was 6 by 6, and it says to use a oh golly, half a square, okay, paper, 1 rectangle. But anyway, oh, that's what, yeah, you cut that. So I cut the 6 by 6 in half. But anyway, that's what I came up with. So it just has a little pocket in here, is all. Just a little pocket. So anyway, that's all I have for now, and I hope this was, I hope you could follow it. I will attach some easy written instructions as well, and so now that I know I can do it, and it's easy. It really is easy. The one I was demonstrating with, I just got off center as I was demonstrating here because it's a little awkward for me, but it's really easy to do. So I would highly recommend you trying it. You'll enjoy it, and you, again, just cut yourself. You can either get some pre-creased cards at the craft store, or just if you have some nice paper. On the outside, I would, you know, for folding, you want the thinner paper, but for the outside card cover, okay, you want to, you know, put some nice cardstock on it, whether it's patterned or you know, solid or whatever. But that's where you want your heavier cardstock. But anyway, that's all I have for you today. So bye. I will be back again. Okay, try this out. Have fun. Be crafty. Bye.